Human nature is governed by a hidden debt collector that lives deep inside the darkest corners of our subconscious minds. It is called the reciprocity principle. This is the biological and social obligation to give back whenever we have been given something, no matter how small or unsolicited that gift might be. On the surface, it sounds like a virtue, a cornerstone of human civilization that allows us to cooperate. But in the hands of the elite, the master manipulators, and the corporate predators, it is a psychological weapon of mass destruction. We are biologically evolved to feel a crushing, suffocating sense of discomfort whenever we owe someone a favor. This internal debt is so psychologically painful that most people will often agree to a much larger, much more expensive, and far more dangerous request just to get rid of that heavy mental weight. Sovereignty is the ability to recognize when a gift is not a gift, but a hook designed to drag you into a life of service to another. If you do not understand the mechanics of this social debt, you will spend your entire life paying back people who never actually cared about your well-being. They did not give to you because they liked you. They gave to you because they wanted to own your future decisions. Before we dissect this mental prison further, you need to understand who you are and why you are here. Most people will walk through their entire lives as debt slaves, constantly saying yes to things they hate because they feel they owe it to someone who gave them a worthless favor years ago. But we are building a different breed of human being. We are building a community of 100,000 elite minds. This is a collective of sovereign individuals who refuse to be bought with a free sample, a cheap favor, or a fake smile from a stranger. If you value your independence over a false sense of obligation, you must join us now. Subscribe now to join our mission of 100,000 elite minds. This is where your intellectual freedom begins. This is where you learn to see the invisible price tag on every free offer that comes your way in this deceptive world. In the year 1971, the renowned psychologist Dennis Regan conducted a study that exposed the raw, brutal power of this trap. A stranger would buy a subject a 10-cent soda and later ask that subject to buy raffle tickets. Even though the soda was unsolicited, unwanted, and incredibly cheap, the subjects bought twice as many tickets compared to those who received nothing at all. The psychological debt was more powerful than their own financial self-interest. In the United States today, this is the engine of the entire free trial economy. When a software company gives you a free month, or a consultant offers a free strategy session, they are not being generous. They are placing an invisible anchor on your psyche. They know that your brain will try to balance the scales by spending thousands of dollars later. They are buying your future loyalty for the price of a single digital download or a cup of coffee. They know that the human mind cannot stand the feeling of being a moocher or a leech, and they weaponize that guilt against you. Robert Cialdini, in his masterpiece titled Influence, explains that the reciprocity principle is so deeply ingrained in our DNA that it bypasses our logic entirely. We will give back to people we do not even like, simply because they did something small for us first. The elite use a specific tactic called rejection, then retreat. They start with an impossibly large request that they know you will refuse. Then they pretend to concede and ask for something smaller because they made a fake concession. Your brain feels biologically obligated to make a concession in return. You say yes to the second request not because you want it, but because you feel you owe them for backing down. In the high-stakes world of United States political lobbying and corporate deals, this is how billions of dollars are moved every single year. It is a dance of manufactured favors designed to compromise your integrity before you even realize it is happening. They make you feel like you are winning the negotiation while they are actually stealing your sovereignty. The corporate sector in the United States has perfected what they call the relationship management trap. The data from the pharmaceutical industry is absolutely terrifying and reveals the darkness of the human mind. Research shows that doctors who receive small gifts, even something as insignificant as a free lunch or a branded plastic pen, are significantly more likely to prescribe that specific company's more expensive drugs, even when better and cheaper alternatives are available for the patients. The gift creates a subconscious bias that the doctor cannot control with logic alone. They are not being corrupt in their own minds. They are just being human. But in the world of the master, being just human is a death sentence. You must learn to see the invisible price tag on every free lunch. You must learn to say no to the small favor, so you do not have to say yes to the big disaster that follows. Every free gift is a brick in the wall of your own prison. In the high-stakes world of Silicon Valley networking, the pay-it-forward culture is often just a sophisticated version of this principle. By providing value first, entrepreneurs create a massive network of social debt that they can cash in when they need funding, partnerships, or favors. This is not kindness, it is a strategic investment in human psychology. Data shows that in the United States workplace, employees who perform small, unsolicited favors for their bosses are 30% more likely to survive mass layoffs, regardless of their actual job performance or skills. The boss feels a biological debt that makes it emotionally difficult to fire the helpful employee. The elite do not wait for favors to happen. They create them as a form of social insurance. They are building a fence around your will, one small favor at a time. They are turning your natural instinct for cooperation into a collar around your neck. The philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer once said that every man takes the limits of his own field of vision for the limits of the world. The manipulators want to narrow your field of vision until all you see is the favor they did for you. They want you to feel the weight of their kindness, so you do not notice the chains they are placing on your feet. Robert Greene, in the famous book, The 48 Laws of Power, commands us to disdain things that come for free. He understands that what is offered for free is almost always a trap for a hidden obligation. It often involves a trick or a hidden psychological cost that you will pay for years. By paying the full price, you stay independent. You stay free from the mental shackles of other people. Most people are favor collectors. They do things for you specifically so they can hold it over your head when they need something in return. They are building a prison of Asan around you. The intellectually sovereign man or woman pays their own way. They avoid the small gift because they know it is the down payment on their own soul. They understand that in a world of predators, there is no such thing as a free lunch. There is only a lunch where you are the main course on the menu. Jean-Paul Sartre talked about the gaze of the other, but the reciprocity principle is the hand of the other. It reaches into your pocket and your mind, demanding payment for something you never even asked for. Friedrich Nietzsche warned us to be careful of those who are always giving, for they are often the most dangerous of all. Their generosity is a form of power, a way to make you feel small and indebted. They want you to feel that you can never truly repay them, so you remain their servant forever. This is where the sheep and the wolves separate. The sheep are paralyzed by the fear of looking ungrateful or being judged by society. They will ruin their own lives and bankrupt their own futures just to pay back a favor they never requested. They are obsessed with social approval. But you are part of our community of 100,000 elite minds. You understand that true gratitude is a choice that you make, not an obligation that is forced upon you by a manipulator. If you have the internal strength to reject the small hook and keep your sovereignty, you must speak up right now. Comment debt-free below right now. Let the manipulators and the predators know that their psychological tricks do not work on you. Share this video with one person you know who is currently being guilt-tripped into a bad decision. Your participation is the only way we will reach our goal of 100,000 elite minds. Hit the like button to show the algorithm that we value independence and critical thinking over social pressure and fake kindness. The bridge to the past is burning, and the only way to the future is through the brutal clarity of total independence. Stop letting people buy your loyalty with cheap sodas, free trials, and fake concessions. Recognize the concession trap and the gift hook for exactly what they are: weapons of control. Develop the iron discipline to say no when the price of saying yes is your personal freedom. The world belongs to those who own themselves, not those who are owned by their obligations to others. The light of truth only enters your mind when you stop trying to balance scales that were rigged against you from the very start. Break the debt. Look into the shadows of their kindness. Stand your ground.